Planning and thinking about your ATL skills that go into units is a really exciting thing to do. At least it is for me. First of all, I have to think about what my students need for success, and that really relies around my objectives. But I know I need to know what factual knowledge, what conceptual knowledge, and what procedural knowledge they will need. For example, if I'm asking them to do a historical project about art, they might need to know, and art in the Louvre to be specific, they might need to know, what art is in the Louvre, how art is preserved. If it's research, they're going to need to know how to conduct the research, how to do questioning, maybe how to do oral presentations, and conceptually what makes art significant and why art is important. So those will all be things that I would need to be thinking about throughout my unit to prepare the students. Specifically, though, when we consider ATL skills and what we put in the unit, we're going to look at our objectives. The objectives that we pick for our unit for our summative task, the criteria for success, determines what ATL skills we choose for our unit. And generally, we put in this little sentence in our units: in order for students to blank, they must blank. And the first one is your objective strand. So here, in order for students to collect and record relevant information consistent with research questions, that's strand 3B of individuals and societies, the students must, and I found the ATL skill indicator, the bullet, if you would, collect and record and verify data. So you see how those go hand in hand. And that's what you're going to be choosing for your unit. You're going to look at your objective strands and try to match those up with an ATL strand too. So things to keep in mind: you will select ATL skills that match each of your objective strands. You can choose one ATL skill that matches multiple objectives if you'd like. You may also add an ATL skill that helps students develop as an independent learner for maybe one of those self-management skills. Remember, however, that you should plan for explicit teaching of each ATL skill that you use. That means one experience without using your content. And you also need to plan for implicit teaching, which is 2 experiences with the content. That means you have to have at least 3 learning engagements per ATL skill that you choose for your planner. So that's why you don't want to have like 25 skill indicators listed, because your unit might not be long enough to really get that instruction across. And we'll make sure that you have some sample units that you can look at so you can see that as we get into the content section next and what we put there.